Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the Indian banking system. We're going to talk about the powerful, almost invisible forces that are standing guard over your savings. I mean, think about it. It's probably the one question that gets to the very core of our financial security. You work hard, you put your money in the bank, and you just trust it's going to be there, right? But what if that trust gets shattered? Well, in India, the answer isn't just some vague promise. It's a whole system, a legal fortress, really, run by one single, incredibly powerful organization, and their main job, protecting your money. So let's find out who this guardian really is. And here it is, the Reserve Bank of India, the RBI. Now, you've probably heard about the RBI when it comes to things like interest rates, right? But its most critical job, its real purpose, is to be the ultimate protector of the entire banking world. And it's got some serious legal firepower to do it, all aimed at one thing, protecting people like you and me. Okay, so just how deep does this control go? I mean, we're talking about a level of authority that the Supreme Court of India itself has called cradle to the grave power over every single bank. So, what does that actually look like in practice? This breaks it down perfectly. First up, the birth. Under the Banking Regulation Act, the RBI gets to decide who even gets a license to become a bank in the first place. Then there's the life. The RBI can walk in and inspect a bank's books anytime they want. And if they see a CEO acting against your interests, they can fire them, just like that. And finally, the grave. If a bank is failing, the RBI has the absolute final say. They can go to the high court and get it wound up to protect the public. Total control. And you know, this isn't just some theory written down in a dusty old law book. These powers have been tested, they've been challenged in court, and time after time, they've been upheld. That really cements the RBI's role as the final authority in banking. This right here says it all. Back in 1962, there was this landmark case, Joseph Kuravilla versus the RBI. The Supreme Court made a huge declaration. They said that when the RBI decides a bank needs to be wound up, its opinion is final. Why? Because, and this is a direct quote, it's the sole expert body in charge of protecting depositors. The court basically said, look, when it's about protecting your money, we're not going to second-guess the RBI. Okay, so that's the massive, big picture view, right? The RBI's total control. But what about when things get personal? What happens when you have a problem with your bank? Well, think of this next part as your financial first aid kit. I'm sure we've all been there, right? You've got an issue, maybe an unfair charge or an ATM ate your money, and you call customer service and you just get the runaround. It's so frustrating. So what do you do next? You take it to the banking ombudsman. So what is that? It's basically a senior official appointed by the RBI who acts like a referee between you and your bank. They have what's called quasi-judicial power, which is just a fancy way of saying they act like a special court just for banking complaints. And get this, it's completely free for you. So what kind of stuff can you complain about? Well, the list is huge. We're talking about things like failed ATM transactions, those weird fees that pop up on your statement, loan disputes, or maybe even a delay in your pension. They'll even look into why a bank refused to open an account for you without a solid reason. Basically, if you have a real complaint and your bank hasn't sorted it out in 30 days, the ombudsman is who you call. And listen, this ombudsman has real power, real teeth. They can order your bank to pay you up to 20 lakh rupees for your financial loss. But that's not all. On top of that, they can award you another 10 lakh rupees just for the mental stress and harassment you went through. So yeah, this is a serious system with the power to actually fix things. All right, so we've got the RBI watching over the whole system, and we've got the ombudsman for when you have a specific issue. But what about the absolute worst case scenario? The ultimate disaster? That brings us to the final and honestly, the most important layer of protection you have. This is the big one, isn't it? The question that probably keeps people up at night. What if my bank just fails? With all of the RBI's controls, what if it actually collapses? Is all my money just gone? The answer is a very clear, very loud no. And it's all because of this number, 5 lakh rupees. That's the amount that is insured for every single depositor in every single bank. This guarantee comes from something called the DICGC, which is a special corporation set up by the RBI. So here's the bottom line. Even if your bank fails in the most spectacular way, your savings up to 5 lakhs are legally guaranteed. And this safety net is just so brilliantly designed. First, it's automatic. You don't have to do a thing, no forms to fill out. Second, it's mandatory for every bank in India. I don't care if it's a huge public bank or a tiny new private one, they have to have it. And maybe the best part?
The bank pays for it. The insurance premium is their responsibility, not yours. It doesn't cost you a single rupee.
So there you have it, a whole system with layers upon layers of defense, all managed by one super powerful guardian. It's all designed to make you feel confident putting your money in the bank. But it does leave you with one last question, doesn't it? Is it a good idea to have so much power concentrated in one place? Even if it's working, does that kind of immense centralized power make the RBI infallible? Something to think about.